You know I couldn't resist. You know I couldn't resist. I did it. I went back to the thrift store and I picked up the Sanyo microwave. I could not resist. I saw this and I thought to myself, oh wow, neat, a microwave oven with an old timer dial. No electronics whatsoever, no clock, no nothing. Now I know these aren't exactly uncommon, but that's cool to me because you don't see them every day anymore. Certainly not. So, this is a Sanyo, or Sanyo, however you want to say it. EM1... Fuck, what was it? Oh, it's an EM140KM. The KM stands for kilometers because we are in Canada. No, I'm kidding, I don't know what it stands for. But anyways, I got this for $10. Now, if you've seen the post that I'm referring to, I posted on my YouTube channel, and all 2 people that saw it probably saw that it had a $22 price tag on it. Well, this microwave has got a couple issues, so that's why I ended up getting it for $10, which was a welcome surprise that they actually agreed to lower the price. So, this thing does work. It works perfectly fine, except the timer has some issues. Now, this is, you would think that this would just be a spring-loaded timer that starts ticking as soon as you move it away. Ding. Ding. Okay, well, the problem with this is... Oh, well, first of all, hang on, let me explain. So, let's say you set it to 3 minutes. It starts ticking, right? But then it'll stop right about there. The microwave will turn off. You don't hear the ding. Then it'll randomly turn back on by itself, and then it'll turn off, and then it'll turn on again, and it'll just keep doing that, and that can't be good for the magnetron. Can't be good for the contacts inside the timer, so I'm thinking the contacts inside need to be cleaned and adjusted, and also the off position is over there for some reason. Also, one thing you might notice if you look very carefully is that the control panel is actually warped, and I did not notice this until I was inspecting it carefully the second time I came back for it. Now, I decided to buy it anyways because they knocked the price down, and you know what? I like things that aren't perfect. I like things that have imperfections. I'm not perfect, and neither is this, but you know what? That doesn't mean it deserves to be thrown out. It still works perfectly fine, aside from all the shit ton of issues. Another thing is, it looks like... Oh yeah, no, I should mention, this is warped because of heat. I don't know what exactly happened, because it's fine here, and there's no signs of fire damage or anything. So I don't quite know why this is warped. The handle here is warped really badly. The plastic is actually popping out because it's warped so bad. So I'm going to see if I can heat that up again and bend it back into shape. As for the panel, there's no way I'm going to get that fixed with a heat gun. I'm just going to leave it as is after. I'm going to take this off and do some retro brighting to make this white again. Oh, and it's got some handles on the side for carrying. This is surprisingly light for its age. It is made in 1986, if I haven't mentioned that before. And, if you haven't noticed, no rotating turntable. Now you must say, oh wow, this thing must suck. It doesn't have a rotating turntable. How's it going to cook the food evenly? Well, I haven't confirmed this, but I'm pretty sure this plastic cover up here houses a stirrer. So what that is, it's like a metal, I don't know. It's like a fan, but really it's more like a reflector that reflects the microwaves, which I'm pretty sure are injected through here, right into the stirrer that's under there. And it spins around, probably belt-driven by the fan in there. I don't know, I haven't opened this up yet. The magnetron cooling fan probably spins a belt that spins the pulley up there, that spins the stirrer, which scatters the microwaves. These things are said to cook more evenly than the rotating plate one. If you've ever seen that one Electro Boom video where he used the thermal camera on it, you'll know that there's some dead spots. And if you use your own microwave, if you use a modern microwave, you might notice that there could be some dead spots when you're microwaving something big like a plate of spaghetti or some shit. So, this shouldn't be as bad. This is a 900 watt model, so it's not the biggest thing in the world. It's not the most powerful thing in the world. I expect it to be a little bit slower than today's microwaves, but I think it would make up for it with how it might be a little bit more even in its cooking power. So... And you can see it has the old Sanyo logo here. And it has this, which probably just... Actually, I'm not really sure what this does. Like, I'm sure it just sends power to different thermostats that cycle the magnetron on and off at different rates. So, anyways, there will be a video of me opening this up, if I remember to actually record it. And I do want to open it up and make sure there's no cockroaches in it before I bring it inside the actual house. EM140KM. Can't find any information on this at all. 900 watts, that's the input power. So it's probably like 500 watts of cooking power. I don't know how efficient the magnetron is. I don't know what that is. That's probably the cooling fan, I'd imagine. Vents are a little dirty. I do really like how they included a cord wrap on the bottom of it, and I like how they included a cord that's actually long enough. Like, for fuck's sake, any microwave we've ever had has had such a short cord. Look at this. This is nice. This is long enough to reach any power outlet. Oh yeah, the ground prong is missing. And look. I don't know if it's gonna pop up. This phone camera is not the greatest. Son of a fucking bitch. Come on, dude. Okay, just believe me, it says made in Japan. So, it's got this nice cord wrap on the bottom in case you, I guess if you take it with you on, like on the, maybe it's your workplace microwave or something that you keep in the back of your truck to warm up your lunch. It's got handles on the side. It's not particularly heavy. You can, if the cord is too long, you can wrap some of it up and then route it underneath this thing so that you have just the right amount of cord so that it's not hanging down somewhere or anything like that. It's great. They really thought about this. I like this. There's these subtle design choices that you just don't see anymore. It is rather simple, and I will say that Japanese microwaves are not, you know, they're not as flashy as the American ones like the Amana radar range or anything like that. But you know what? These things were, I would say, just as reliable. Sure, they were simple, but these were no-nonsense machines. They were very honest. So, I like things like this. That's why I brought it home. I don't even need this. I have no use for this. I don't even use the microwave that I do have already. But I don't know, man. I didn't want it to get scrapped by somebody. Because I just had a feeling it wasn't going to sell sitting there. And if it did, it's just going to get used and tossed out, I bet. Nobody around here has any creativity. So, videos will be coming up soon of me restoring this. And, yeah. It's going to become my microwave that I keep beside my bed for some reason. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering why I haven't powered it on in this video, it's because I forgot to bring a cup of water with me. You should never run a microwave with the oven cavity empty because I don't actually know why, but I know that it damages the magnetron, supposedly. So, something interesting I noticed about this, which I don't really like, I just noticed that the light doesn't turn on when you open the door. It only turns on when the microwave is running. I'm only going to do this for a split second. I don't want to damage the magnetron. Yeah, that's odd. I wonder if I can rewire it to turn the light on when the door's open. Or maybe even just put a switch somewhere else. This thing is never going to be perfect again. I'm not doing a restoration to it. I'm just fixing it up, making it look presentable again, and giving it a new life. Also, I really wonder what this was. It's like a piece of paper with some flowers on it. This definitely came from an Asian house. But yeah, that's a shame that's missing. I don't know what it really was, but, you know, it's just kind of, I feel like it adds to the vibe and the era of this microwave. This was definitely owned by some old Asian person, I think. Morning, folks. I'm just working on the old Sanyo microwave. I have it all apart over here. And I've figured out what's wrong with it. And what's wrong with it is nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. This thing works perfectly fine. Initially, I thought there was an issue with the timer, but it is a little bit worn out, but nothing too major. So, when I was at the thrift store and I initially tested it, I set it to 1 minute and then waited for it to count down. And then what it did is it stopped shortly before off, and then it would just turn back on again and then turn back off again. It would keep doing that and the bell wouldn't ding. So, it turns out the way you're supposed to do this, I don't know whether it was meant to be like this or maybe because it's probably just because it's worn out. You turn it past 1, maybe down to 2, and then you bring it down to 1 if you want to do 1 minute. And then it'll count down properly and then ding and off. So it works just fine as long as you know how to use it. So, again, the control panel's a little warped. Nothing I can really do about that. This is a little warped. Actually, this is quite warped and cracked. So I'm just going to start cleaning it up. Some pieces broke off over there, but the door seal is up here and this is fine, so that's just cosmetic. There's just some crusties there that need to be cleaned. It just needs a good cleaning. All these broken pieces I saved so I can glue them back. I have the control panel out, the bottom clip is broken there. So that just needs to be fixed. So I opened it up to check if there was any cockroaches, and I'm pleased to say that this thing is very clean inside. Like, very clean. I don't see any dust on the magnetron. I don't see any dust on the bottom there. There's a little bit of dust on the fan and the intake grill, but that's it. That's it. There's no dust or anything. There's some like food splatter and stuff there, but that's to be expected near the vent. And this gasket is the only issue that this microwave has. It's absolutely crumbling into dust, and this gasket is very important because the airflow from this fan actually goes up through this vent. I took the stirrer cover off to see what was under it. So it travels through here and over here, and it actually spins the stirrer around. If you don't know what a stirrer is, oh, there's the magnetron antenna. Stirrer is that thing. So the point of this thing is to reflect the microwaves around so you get an even cook without a turntable. This method in some ways is better than the turntable method. I like this. It's a very efficient design. Now the Japanese were very smart. Like Sanyo, like American brands and German brands usually have like a belt there that runs to the cooling fan, and when the cooling fan turns, it spins the belt, which turns the stirrer. But this is smarter than that. This has less moving parts. This has no belt to replace, and this has no bushings to go bad and start squealing. It just uses the airflow from the... This is a pretty powerful fan, by the way. It's a lot more powerful than most microwave fans. It has more blades for more static pressure. It's also quieter. Not with the cover off though, but with the cover on it's fairly quiet. So it blows a good chunk of the air in there that spins the stirrer around. Here's the stirrer assembly removed. You can see it spins very freely. If I... See? Spins very easily. It seems to have some kind of PTFE type plastic as a bearing. Self-lubricating. It's great. It doesn't seize up or anything like the brass bushings that the belt-driven design would have. And as you can see, it's sort of irregularly shaped. Like these two are closer than these ones and whatnot. And this is to vary the wave pattern reflecting around in the microwave. Very effective design.